like, you will. Like, comment, and subscribe for more content.
What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Kato Kalen, and I'm back giving you guys that Spider-Man Homecoming review that I promised you all. And before we get started in this, if anyone hasn't checked out my vlog number 2, that was my Spider-Man Homecoming vlog. It was just a little short, quick vlog where I was filming myself going to the movies, and I gave you guys my quick thoughts before I watched the film and my thoughts after I watched it, and like a little short summary and recap or whatever of the film, my little reaction for it, non-spoiler of course. So if you haven't checked that out, jump over there and check that out, then jump back to this video. But it's kind of funny because as I was about to make this video, I wanted to write down some of the things so I wouldn't forget. And I wish you all would see my positives compared to my negatives. It's like a ton of positives compared to my negatives. I probably got a handful of negatives on this list. But like I said, if you haven't checked that video out, go check it out, then jump back over here. It's a non-spoiler, but we'll probably get into some spoilers in this video. I'll probably save majority of the spoilers for a discussion video or something like that. But without further ado, let's get into this review. I want to start off with saying, some of my positive aspects of the film. Guys, it wasn't a lot of Iron Man or Tony Stark in this film at all, what we was expecting. Of course not. I wasn't expecting it to be a lot. If you all have seen my trailer reaction for the previous trailers and some of the clips, I was saying I was worried about him putting him in there. I wasn't worried about it. It was just the promotional, how they was promoting it. But of course, in my other videos, I forgot which trailer I was talking about. It might have been Spider-Man Homecoming, where I was talking about they put out a lot of footage, and people gets afraid of that sometimes in major pictures, saying that they're afraid that they're actually seeing most of the movie when in reality you're not. That's basically what they did to us in this film. You thought you were going to get a lot of Iron Man, but it wasn't. It was a perfect amount, and the amount that was needed for Iron Man, just to ground his story in the MCU, and to show you Robert Downey Jr. His fundamentals, in his level of what am I looking for? Like his guidance to Peter Parker, Tony Stark, and his guidance to Peter Parker. I think that was great. I think they put him in just enough, not too much and not too little. I think they did a solid amount with Iron Man. It was a strong, grounded story as well. This isn't like Spider-Man story like you've seen before, like the other ones. As soon as he gets his powers, he knows how to crawl the walls, jump. He's just swinging through Manhattan, swinging off buildings, doing flips, crazy things. He's doing that in this film, just not to the aspect of like he's perfect. He's still falling. He's not swinging on really high things. When he goes to Washington and he's on the monument, he looks down. There's a scene where he looks down and he's looking over and he's like, he's afraid of heights. The AI in his suit asked him, "Are you afraid of heights?" So I thought that was pretty cool. It was a strong grounded story, like I said. The technology, some of the Jatari technology, they could have did a little bit better with it, but other than that, it was a strong grounded story, like I said. Let's get to the Vulture. I think Michael Keaton did a awesome, fantastic job. And by the way, he is my number 2 Batman. Ben Affleck number 1 for right now, but my number 2 is Michael Keaton. But we're not talking about DC or Batman. We're talking about Spider-Man. But I think he did perfect for the Vulture. Every scene with him was just so intense. Like his acting, I love him as an actor. All his films, I love watching them. I love enjoying them. I love enjoying his films. Like I said, he did a swell job, a great job as the Vulture and as his character. I'm so sorry, my mind just went blah thinking about the Vulture's real name. But he did a swell job playing both of the parts that he was playing. He had great motivations. A lot of the qualities that Marvel lacks in their films are the villains. The villains, they lack sort of adeptness to them. They're not very believable, a lot of them. Other than I really enjoyed Loki's performance. Chris Hiddleston's performance as Loki, I really enjoyed it a lot. Just as well as I enjoy Michael Keaton, but I do believe he is the strongest villain that I've seen so far. You can correct me if you believe that I'm wrong, but in my head, in the MCU story so far, I believe he is the most well-rounded villain that we've got so far. But enough of the villain talk. Let's get to they had some great visuals in this. I want to talk about some negatives on the CGI part, but other than the visuals and the camera work and the cinematography, I think it was beautiful. I'm actually interested in filmmaking. I'll do a separate video about that. Not talking about me right now. But I think they did a great job with the cinematography in this film. It looked beautiful. It was stunning. I think it was one of the most beautiful Spider-Man films that we've ever seen. Um, but let's get to the great. It had a great score and a great soundtrack. I think it was great. I love when you go into a superhero film and you really feel it. And if you close your eyes just for a second, you can actually feel like as you're embraced in the world. Because of the soundtrack and the score that it gives off to you, it's like a humble feeling. I really enjoy it a lot. They had a great. I had a great soundtrack. It was a good pace and flow with it too. I like the way it goes, especially when he was on the ferry and he was trying to put the ferry back together. The score it was just pumping and it was racing with it as he was trying to do that. So yeah, I think they did an awesome job, a swell job with the score. Michael Giacchino, I believe that's his name. When they announced him, I had no worries about him doing the score for this. So yeah, they did an awesome, fantastic job with that. Um, Oh yeah, this is what my fiance she was pointing out to me. She loved how they tied Spidey in Spider-Man's universe well in with the MCU. Not too much. They didn't try to cram too much in there, but they made it in there just perfect, just right, as if it's very organic and very natural feeling. I love that. You're gonna notice you're gonna see a lot of Easter eggs, a lot of callbacks to previous MCU films in this once you watch this. And I think that's awesome. They didn't try to shove it in your face. Ooh, Spider-Man! We got Spider-Man Homecoming. He's here home finally with MCU characters. So we're going to put him there, put him there, put him over there. I think they just did a well-rounded job with putting him in the actual universe. You'll see what I'm talking about once you see the film. Like I said, I don't want to get into too many spoilers, but it is spoiler territory for this film. I'm going to leave that for a second discussion to get in more depth. Um, I don't know if I'm going to go through all of my positives. I'm going to try to get through some of them for you guys. One of the big positives about this, there was no spider bite and no death of Uncle Ben. I'm so excited that, well, not excited. I'm glad that we didn't have to go through that, sit through that again, that sobbing story, and the seeing him getting bit by a spider. We've seen it a dozen times, guys, in the animated games, the different films over time. We've seen it, guys. So I'm glad they didn't show that again. We knew they wasn't going to show it again. Kevin Feige, he already confirmed that when they was working on the movie. What else do I want to talk about? Aunt May and Peter's relationship. Oh my gosh, it was great. Melissa Tomei, she did an awesome job, a fantastic job explaining Aunt May. They try to portray her as like a younger a younger version of Aunt May, which she is. She's the youngest that we've had so far, and she tries to flaunt herself, but I have no problem with that. I think her and Peter's relationship is great, and like I said, this is a spoiler warning. At the end, when she sees Peter putting on his suit, she's like, "Oh," and it shuts off. I thought that was a great moment. Some parents, some kids' parents might get upset, but I don't think they should. They cut it off, but it's a great little laugh, a great moment. Like I said, her and Peter have some great moments in the film. I'm gonna actually watch it again, and I'm gonna do when I do the spoiler discussion for you all. I'm gonna talk about some more of that. Is there anything else I want to talk about on here? Yeah, they had some great dialogue and also great comedy, you guys. A lot of all the Marvel movies have great comedy. They're great when it comes to comedy and great when it comes to being serious. But this film, it pushed like it did it just so well. Like when it was something serious, it was serious, and then when it came to the comedy part, you laughed like every time, every moment they spit a dialogue of comedy or a line that was funny, the whole audience was laughing in the theater that I was in. So I felt like that was a great aspect, and they did that very well for this version of Spider-Man in this film in the MCU. Um, yeah, I think that's all my positives right now that I'm going to get through for you guys. Like I said, watch my discussion video. I'll put that up in a couple days, and we'll be discussing some more. Let me get over to my negatives for you guys. So some of the negatives, like I said, I only got a handful of them, if that. I really was not feeling the Peter Parker and the Liz Allen sort of like his the love interest. I wasn't feeling it at all. I think it was kind of throwaway. I'm sorry, guys, if you all don't like that. I think it was kind of throwaway. Just to give him just like sort of a love interest for the story, because there's only a few scenes with them together, and when it is where like there's a scene where she's sitting on the bleachers talking with her friends, talking about Spider-Man, and there's a lot of like I just don't feel it like at all. Like I really can't explain it. I just don't didn't like the relationship at all. And at the end where she just up and left, like in the end of the conversation, they didn't even end their relationship. I'm pretty sure that they'll do a follow up on that on the sequels. But still, I don't think I just think that there was a throwaway relationship. we can talk about Zendaya's character, MJ. I believe her name is Michelle Jones. That's why they call her MJ. People was getting it confused with her being